Before we start, please silence your mobile phones, please. So anybody has a mobile phone that's switched on, please put it to silent. Okay, thank you very much. We'll start off. The ordinary meeting agenda is number 1, apologies. I will now hand over to the clerk to read out a list of apologies.
I've received apologies from Councillor Buzzenworth and Councillor Wright.
Robert Hawley, he's got a bad back.
Thank you.
Any more apologies?
No?
Do we all accept those apologies?
Yes.
Thank you. Number 2, declarations of interest. Are there any declarations of interest from members in relation to items on the agenda? Are there any? If there is, later on, please say just before the actual... Are you alright, Margaret?
Well, they're all left-handed.
Oh, right!
So, I can't help them.
All right. Kevin knows
the printers.
Whoever comes come.
So if there's any declarations of interest later on, please say so just before the actual item is spoken about. Thank you. Number 3, public participation time. Members of the public may now speak. Is there anybody who wishes to speak to the members of the public, please? I'll take gentleman there first and then
Yeah, Rob Greenwood. Street on the footpath round by the church. They're now hanging down, people have to bend down to get underneath them. And the lights on there are just useless because the trees are all around them. I think this has been mentioned a long time ago in this meeting. And it's a joke.
Right, we'll make sure that that is passed on to the relative authority. I'm not sure whether it's Scarborough or North Yorkshire.
Just one other thing, the map in the town guide is showing Belview Street one way.
One way. Right.
Proof with it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that one. Smooth.
Good evening, everybody. I have a couple of questions. The first question is in relation to your information that you put on the Filey Town Council website. I noticed that since May was the last video recording that was put onto that site. Like many members of the public, I like to see what's going on with council and what issues there are. And I'm finding that I can't catch up with what's happening in the meetings because they're not posted on the Filey Town Council website. Is there a reason for that?
I'll pass you on to the class.
Yeah, the reason is that the Town Council website is being currently updated. This will be completed within the next couple of weeks, and everything will be updated and got into the correct order. Since May, it's been very difficult, in fact, to get anything on the website at that size.
Okay.
That leads me on to the next question. And the next question was, I also like to look at the meetings agendas that are coming up, and on your hyperlinks, not one of them opens. So you can't see what the agenda is going to be, what reports are being put in by the councillors, or what's going to be talked about even in this meeting tonight. So there was 12 hyperlinks for this meeting, not one of them opened, not even your code of conduct opened. And I noticed that on the hyperlink there's actually a letter missing out of the address at the top. And it says Filey Town Council. And then missing that bit, so it's probably not opening because the right HTTP address has been put in. But it wasn't only for this agenda. I went back to look at the other ones, and not one of them opens on the other ones.
How far did you go back?
I went back 3 months.
3 months.
So you can't see what the issues and what's being talked about.
But again, it's an issue that we've got with the website and the method of transference that we've got at the moment. The hyperlink is incredibly unstable when it's being copied and moved. So it is something that we are addressing, and we're hoping to get that again improved upon by an improved method of transferring, improving the hyperlink on.
Any idea how long?
But it should be within weeks.
They're all my only questions. Thank you.
Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Is there any more members of the public wish to speak at this point? No, thank you very much then. Those questions have been noted and I'm sure action will be taken on them. Thank you. Number 4, North Yorkshire Police Reports. Jane, Community Officer.
Hi. So I'm new to the area, but I'm mostly at Eastfield, but I'll occasionally be popping in and out. So I'm just going to meet you all and to deliver the latest report. Get to meet you and you to meet me. Caroline's also popping in and out, but she's been doing rural, I think, mostly. Yeah.
Have you all had a chance to read the report?
Yeah.
Right, thank you very much. Carry on.
Does anybody have any questions before I go through it, rather than...
Any questions for Jane before we start?
It's
Councillor
not a
Stafford.
question, it's just that I was delighted that crime figures are down yet again. What's that, Kirsty?
They're down.
Down,
I think it's just increased patrols, to be honest. We've just done a review of precinct girls, and I'm one of them. So there are more people around generally. I think working with the partner agencies does kind of make it a little bit easier to kind of tackle things, because we're now in a better routine of sort of spreading out the job loads with more people involved. Like, for example, I know we use Eastfield, but we do with the housing, and I'm sure we do it here too. But I've been at one with Eastfield. They'll go around and do ASB, so they're a little more on top of it. I think that cooperates with our new intake of NYC has helped to keep them down. Someone calling me on the way in, I can't remember who it was. Report today, we've been very busy today, but I know for a fact it'll be noted, and at some point there'll be increased patrol, or there'll be, most of the officers will know who they are, so it will be dealt with in due course. Unfortunately, we're not superheroes, but we try to be. I'm just waiting for the date. So with regards to that, yeah, it's good that it's going down there.
Good.
There's a couple of things on it that I'm particularly massively aware of. One of them is the St. Oswald Church, and people seeing things at the graveyard. There's massively increased patrols around there. There's got signs up and really trying to be, which is really bad taste. There's a lot of respect for the families and people buried there, so they're really trying to tackle that one as quick as they can. I believe that it has helped. I haven't been in the office there, I've been on a CSI attachment, so I haven't had a chance to ask. But they are, the local Filey SMT team are on it. And with regards to the man with the distinctive clothing, his purple white man, we called him, Caroline and myself actually went to go find him. We looked high and low for him, but we couldn't locate him. We speak to the kids, and that is on our daily briefing to keep an eye out. We don't have any leads as of yet, but it's certainly not going ignored, especially in the height of summer. So you may see a lot more patrolling in unusual areas just to see if we can catch places. But just because we have a call does not mean we don't give up. We don't aim to think that that's what will happen. We've recently done some like community events regarding like people with fraud, cold calls and that, particularly for elderly people and how they can manage it. We had a lot of interest when we were at Lidl and at Eastfield on Seymour Road. I believe we did one in Filey as well. So we're hoping all of our information leaflets and our sort of, interaction with the public might help that. If you do have any issues with it, just let us know and we'll investigate further.
Can I just ask you a question about cold calling? Do you have any powers to move people on that's in the cold calling area?
I don't know that we We can get the name and address and we can deal with it. I mean, we've got to see how lawful they are, but could we certainly move someone on if not?
The reason I had a guy on a challenge person that was knocking on doors, it was during the winter, and it was quite dark, about 8 o'clock in the evening.
That's not
And he
lawful.
said, there's nothing you can do about it, I can go wherever I like.
You know what, in that instance, I would still call it in, because 9 o'clock at night in the winter is not a normal time to be stopping anything or doing anything.
That's not it.
Yeah, if anything that you would seem suspicious, so are you not in daylight and odd times trying to sell things that are really odd, report it, and we can try and do something about it. Especially winter, we're kind of a little less busy somewhat, so we might actually be able to target quicker. If it's things like beggars on the street not meant to do it, it's hard to find that fine line to actually manage to do it. But we are on it, but we do need to know about it, so I'd still say at the very least we want to know that time night in winter, anyway, I'll probably even recommend it. That's up to you to give a judgment on that one. But certainly anything that follows, whether you say you can do anything about it or not, if you're feeling unsettled, that's not what we want. So we need to know about it so we can fix it, so we want you guys to feel safe in your own homes at the very, very least. Anyone have any other questions?
Is there any more questions for Jane? Yes, I'll, Councillor Cross.
Really just the house clean. I've spoken to residents of Chester Farm and that area, and there has been a lot of damage to social behaviour, and I've seen when I've been walking up that way, we ought to be impressed as well. Somebody there spends a lot of his time up there, looking around and keeping up everything, and I know somebody is very much on the case as to what's going on, so.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Is there any more town councillors wish to speak? Councillor Broderick.
It's West Road, problems on West Road. The bottom half from the school down to the rampart is one way. There are a number of people inside who obviously can't read, or they haven't seen the sign. But it's become noticeable this week because of the work that's going on at school. We had a crane thing backing down this morning because it couldn't get down the corner onto Norman Crescent.
Right.
And a lorry load of bricks yesterday doing a similar thing. Now I don't know whether or not coming down, because I don't have to come down that way, so I won't know, whether or not it's obvious that from the signage that it is one way, or whether they're just being stupid. I really have got no way of knowing. But it is becoming a bit of a nightmare to be trying, because the parking's both sides, there's only really one lane in the middle. And then they can't get out.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a look at that before we actually do it on our way back, just to have a better assessment, and then we can contact you when we need to contact with regards to if it is badly signed, we can put those in place to make better signage or deal with it. Just bear with us on that one, but we will look at it.
Yeah, just for the construction vehicles, and we can't get round, we might need to put some replacement cones or something.
Yeah.
I don't think they realise they can't get round until they get there, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Because it's quite a short sort of left-hander. And a big vehicle will not do it, particularly if it's caused about outside.
Thank you. Councillor Wright.
Well, I can't understand why they're coming down West Avenue. They've created a new entrance to the back of my house.
Yeah.
There
And
is.
they're going in there.
They're going wrong way, I think, this is what they're doing, I've got lost.
Can we have one at a time, please?
Yeah.
Don't come to me until you go to the thing. They're in and out all day. So they're getting wrong information. So it might be worth you having a word with the builders.
Do you know if there's any temporary signage for the builders? Because you know, like there's construction, sometimes they do like construction one way. Do you know if there's any?
Their signs are up,
Yeah.
but they just open the gate in the morning. I'm just waiting for somebody to park over there when they open the gates. Because they haven't put no parking there. Anti-cruel.
Well, we'll look into that one as well, because that might actually coincide with the one-way issue.
Yeah.
If we can get some clear-cut signs for
Yeah,
it's only going to be temporary with the construction, but nonetheless it still needs to be accessible for all of you guys.
If you want to have a word with the site manager,
Yeah.
he'll put things into place
Yeah.
where they do come in the right way if they can. Councillor Wilkie.
Just on that, the site, whoever's running the site should give a map of the entrance to any vehicles. that's what they should do. And they probably are.
Well, we'll look into that as well, because we can make all three of those and cooperate it together. So just bear with us, but we'll definitely look into it. Like I can probably do a drive-by on our way out back to you too.
Is there any more councillors wish to say anything? No, well, I've just got one. I thought you were willing. Parking on footpaths. The law's now come in, it's been in 2 or 3 months where they can get fined for parking on footpaths. And there was one particular one that parked in front of the corner cafe, completely blocking the footpath. Right?
Yeah.
And I can actually give you his
If you have it up.
reg.
Yeah, give you
I'll phone it in after.
James got a card,
Yeah,
I'll phone it in afterwards.
Fine.
Okay.
With that, what I was going to say is, with regards to pavement, in that case, it isn't accessible. But if people could get past like a wheelchair or something, it is kind of allowed.
No, now it isn't, because there's a law, they just nicely come in that anybody parking on the footpaths, even if they have 2 wheels on the footpath, can actually get fined.
Is it for Scarborough Borough Council, or is it for the police?
No, it's all over the country. Councillor Shackleton.
Just have a morning walk around Filey, and you'll pick dozens of
Yeah, we will.
including police vehicles.
All the brownie points you'll get.
Please say we are not part of any pavement.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, right now, we are not part.
Oh, you are not,
No.
Councillor Mead.
Regarding this subject, if you go back when Sergeant Gosling was here, he informed myself at the council meeting, if any vehicle was parked on the pavement, if you rang 101, reported it, it's blocking your way because it's parked on the footpath, the police will come out and give him a parking ticket, because it shouldn't be there.
Okay, thank you. Is any other councillors wish to say anything? No? Well, thank you very much for coming along tonight. And it's your first time, and you've done really well. Thank you. We move on now to number 5 on the agenda. Borough and County Council's reports. Scarborough Borough Councillors' reports. Councillor Cross, do you have any comments to make with reference to Councillor Cross's report? You've all had it on your internet. Do you want to add anything to that, Councillor Cross?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, Chair. I forwarded it to the clerk. Have you seen it?
I have, yes, and I'll pass it on to everyone.
All right, yeah.
It was late on this afternoon.
It was late on when I got home from work, and it was 8 o'clock this morning. It said, Councillor Cross apologised we've removed regarding bins at the rear of Hope Street. Apologies, we've removed excess bins and can look to do this again. Although it is usually quite hit and miss and can provoke quite reaction, to be honest, I would suspect now that most of the bins are in use. Other than that, our powers are quite limited following the 2015 deregulation bill, which removed our powers to take formal action through magistrates, because at one time we could, at the back of Oak Street, we looked at it, it's got quite a bit of a nice sort of night, you know, walk down there, we're sitting walking down, they can't do anything. We looked again yesterday, and there's still lots of things out. At the moment we are very limited with any action, which pretty much extend to requesting their removal, which is difficult for them to action. If they are built over the backyards and literally have nowhere else to store the bins, sorry, I can't provide a solution on this one. So all I'm saying for that, you know, if anyone's got any ideas, I'll take it back to the Briggs on your behalf for the case, you know, forward sort of thing. But at one stage, you know, as I say, I know that correlates sort of thing. And we used to be able to tidy them up, but now, due to the 2015 Act, we're a bit stuck.
Councillor Mead.
It's nice to see Sam here actually. If you look at the statement from MJC, if you read the top on the country park, well, Sam's not coming tonight.
Have you seen this, Sam?
No, I can't get into the hyperlinks like normal.
No. Well, it states here, it will not be possible for SPC to attend your August meeting. It goes on to Councillor Cross, Councillor Allington are to be invited to attend a briefing, and it is hoped it will be possible to take some basic information for your September meeting. So I don't know where you've been, but you're here.
Well, I'm here, and I think I mentioned in my report that it's scheduled for the 22nd of August, and I'll be attending the August.
So where have you got that information from? I just do not know.
Councillor Shackleton.
I did suggest to Councillor Cross the other evening when we met in the street, Chair, that this proposed meeting with SPC and this external agency, I do believe that the Chair of this Council should attend that meeting.
The whole chairs of the
Chair of
just Miss Allen.
Council.
Okay.
Can I just come in there whilst it is?
Yeah, well, we're still going.
Yeah, I have suggested that the meeting happens on the 22nd, and I have suggested to the officers and Councillor Cockrell, Stuart Clark, who will be there, Lisa Dixon, and Councillor Addington. Will the Town Council be invited who signed a memorandum of understanding with SPC without standing up? So I have put it that I think that you ought to be there, so.
Right, thank you for that, Councillor Cross. Are there any more questions for Councillor Cross? No, thank you very much. We'll go on to Councillor Cockrell's report now. You've all read that report. Is there any questions on that that we could possibly answer? Councillor Olden-Vance.
Mine isn't a question, mine's just some more information regarding flat clips. At the bottom here, sort of the project along the life of the access road that we're having put in. We're having a meeting sometime in October with the residents and with Bourne Leisure to see if there is another road full-time to remain in situ rather than this one that's just up for 10 to 20 years. So that's just to let everybody know there is a conversation going to get a full road in there.
Councillor Wright, do you wish to?
Yes, it's something that I've been asked to put forward to both the Council Cross and Councillor Cockrell. On Sunday, when it was the library, there was a boat being pulled on a rope up the ravine.
That's right.
Yeah, and it was swaying about. And it swung to one side, and well, I don't know actually injured, but it trapped a person. And apparently, Rebecca tells me, I'd only just moved from that spot where it was in there, because it swung into Charles Baker's boat. And I've been sat at the side of Charles Baker's. And it has been suggested that all the and a lot of the vehicles have been taking the boats down and leaving their cars on the beach again. And it goes down, and apparently the chap who's doing the thing now is very, very good. And he has been going down, but for a sea. And then he tells them when they come up, it's too late, what can he do? You can't make them move it while they're at sea. But it was suggested that if it's a busy time, like a that it's suspended for the weekend for safety's sake, because Rebecca has a chalet and she said she could see somebody being killed. She said it was really, really dangerous on Sunday with this boat. She said it was just swaying from side to side and they hadn't any idea and it trapped somebody.
Well, I was there, Marion, at Councillor Wright. I was there.
Yeah.
Right, I was down there. I actually saw it happen myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Monday morning I came in and it was reported to the harbour master at Scarborough straight away and asked if they could have any details about health and safety and down there. Okay, so Filey Town Council has actually reported that to them.
Now, Rebecca's son-in-law has got a photograph and the car registration. So if you want that, you would contact Rebecca Horner.
Right. Thank you for that, Marion. I also spoke to the SPC guy that's down there, right, and asked him, because he was right on the job himself as well, and I asked him if anybody was hurt down there, and he said no, there wasn't. And he said, I also said, well, was there anybody in between the boat and the other boat? And he said, no, there wasn't.
Oh,
So,
I was told it, but anyway.
you know, I can only go on what he says, obviously. Right. So, but it has definitely been reported, and we're awaiting an answer.
That's correct, yeah. We have suggested that we look at their risk assessments and method statements for how that area is operated, especially in times where it's busy.
There was also, did you notice, Councillor Wright, the black car halfway up the beach, right at the side? That has got a ticket on it.
Right.
The ticket is it.
Yes.
So-
Oh, yes, apparently, they came back to the car, and there were several of them in it, and they looked at it, said, oh, it's Tuesday parking, that, I think.
Well, Councillor Shackleton.
That's gratitude, you say.
I wasn't aware, Chair, that they had any jurisdiction over parking on the beach.
Well, apparently he got a ticket for it, so that's what I was told by the SBC guy. I can only go on what he tells me.
We've also got to remember that common landing is for boats.
Exactly.
But, you know, these boat owners, they've got to be sensible about things and take care. You know, we don't want idiots down there, particularly on a busy weekend like that. But I did notice it's not only boat people that are coming up. There was private cars as well. I was there for quite over an hour or so, and several cars came up.
Right. Councillor Hampshire.
Marion's right. The bottom half of the cobble landing and the beach is becoming a public car park. There are cars parked at the bottom, of 4 or 5 in a row at the bottom of the cobble landing. I had a word with the new beach superintendent, David. He rang the harbour master who got the traffic warden out. Now they can ticket cars on the cobble landing, but they can't ticket cars on the beach. My argument is it's their cobble landing and they can control cars going across the cobble landing to went to the beach, which they should be doing. Because there are cars littered on the beach, parked higgledy-piggledy. There was a black one on the beach in front of the seawall where they were apparently just sunbathing out of it. They're driving along and coming Erin Hill. It's just totally uncontrolled. And you know, Councillor Cochrane's supposed to be sorting the cobble landing out. You know, it's about time we got something done, because apparently it was Ruggo referenced the yellow box outside the lifeboat house, which if you look at the lifeboat house on the right hand side, it's been tarmacked over. And he was asked if he could get it remarked in yellow actions, and he just sort of mumbled something and disappeared, as is his wont, you know. The cobble landing really does need sorting out. It will, it's a fatality waiting to happen. So, I'd like something to do.
Okay, is there any, can we wait until we get a reply from the harbour master on this one? On the car and the boat job, please, and then we'll take it from there. If we need to go any further with it, we will do, believe me. Councillor Shackleton.
I'd just like to say that cobble landing is the safest place for launching boats. What we don't want is for idiots to tear down Erin Hill. As I believe happened last year, when a gentleman came along and he wouldn't pay charges, so he just sped off and went straight down Erin Hill, which I consider to be more dangerous than, launching from the cobble landing.
Okay. Councillor Wilkie.
Can I, considering Councillor Cockle's not in attendance, can I bring up the installation of the statue in Memorial Gardens?
Oh, that's on further down.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we'll leave it timing for that. Councillor Mead.
The Cobble Landing attendant, do we know regarding this incident with the boat? Did he report it on Sunday or not? Or has he reported it?
I don't know. We did.
When I spoke to the officer at the harbour master, she was unaware of the incident, because it was first thing Monday morning. She was unaware of it, but she did promise that it will be fully investigated and she would be getting a full report from the attendant who was there at the time.
I'd like to know why he hasn't reported it.
If he hasn't. He might have.
We don't know, do we? Right, thank you. Is any more on that one? Councillor Flaxman.
It's just one that I hope maybe Sam can take forward. The lot was made over the trading water results for 2017, where Filey received a good and not an outstanding, and Scarborough South Reach was put. The fact is that Scarborough Borough Council have not posted any results for 2018. There is not one result posted on any of their notice boards. Now they're under a legal obligation to post the results as soon as they are published. Now I know the confirmed results come off within a week, and they started sampling the 1st of May, so it's now 4 months, and they still have not put one bathing water result on the notice boards leading down to the beach. I like this taking forward, but I think that's disgusting, especially when they're under a legal obligation to do so.
Councillor Cross?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Right, thank you very much, Councillor Cross, on that one. Is there any more questions on Councillor Cockrell's report, please? No? Okay, we'll move on. Councillor Swales.
Firstly, can I thank everyone involved for my insight to the return of the dragon. I had an extremely pleasant morning. The events at the bandstand were good, and the parade through the town. It was just so heartbreaking for all the people involved and all the work that they put in, that it had to be cancelled because of the weather. It was just so heartbreaking when we've had such good weather either side of it. Right, and also had a very pleasant day at the library's official reopening following its refurbishment. The chairman of North Yorkshire, Robert Windass, he came and did the pleasantry. It's been redecorated and the IT facilities have been developed, and there are plenty of spaces for visitors to connect to the free Wi-Fi and what have you. Or they can use one of the library computers. The children's area is lovely, and the mobile bookshelves, I think it'll be so much better because they'll be able to make space for and be far more flexible. North Yorkshire invested £56,000 in the refurbishment, and £10,000 has gone to the new stock. Now to get down to business proper really. The hedge at the junction of Wharfdale and Ruston Road, they have had a site meeting with the residents and have agreed to a compromise. Some of the hedges to be removed completely and some of it to be cut back, which should improve visibility. The Wharfdale, the trees on Wharfdale, that's still ongoing. There has been a complaint from a resident which is being dealt with, but that's all still in progress. I can't remember which meeting it was at, I think it was the June one, about the parking on Melville Terrace and the keep clear signs and people parking on them, which have followed up. And I have got an agreement that ideally the keep clear markings do need replacing with a double yellow line, which would require a traffic regulation order. But they, as you know, have to be prioritised, and there's only a very limited number issued, so I wouldn't hold your breath, sort of thing. You know all the criteria, I don't need to repeat it, do I? Do you
Well,
want to hear it?
some of the councillors
To meet the traffic regulation order, they need to meet the following criteria. TROs which are required as part of a highway scheme that have secured funding for the current financial year, which are required to guarantee enforceability of an existing restriction, which will address an existing road safety issue with a proven casualty history. You always come against that one. Which will provide a disabled parking bay, that is the council's policy requirements are met, which would improve an existing and significant congestion problem. So the answer I received back is, sorry, they can't help currently, but they do acknowledge that it is some time since we've had a review of the parking provision in Filey. And so and Amber agrees with me, and we're pushing that as hard as we can to get a review. So that is something that we will keep pushing for, because I think that overall Filey does need that review for the entire parking. And I rather think that the signage for the parking down in West Avenue, it's not very good. You know, anybody stranger coming in, I don't think it's very good. So that is something that we'll keep pushing for. I mean, the entire country, there's just more cars about, the entire country has a parking problem. So, I mean, we won't cure it, but we'll try and make better use of what we've got. Now, there was there was talk of the cold calling.
Yes.
Well, trading standards have a joint initiative with the police and other departments, and 3 men have just been brought to book. They were scamming people on roofing, and you know. There was a gentleman in Whitby that was down nearest to us, and I think he spent about £10,000, and the work that was done was only about £100 worth. And there was a couple in Staffordshire and one in Exeter that these men have been brought to book for. So if anybody knows of anything, do please contact Trading Standards, and they'll put them onto this initiative, because it's this sort of information that's needed to bring these type of people to book.
Have you got their number?
Well, I haven't got it with me, because it's only because we've been mentioning it, made me think of it.
Right.
And as you know, I've got this environmental budget, and there is a recurring problem at Bellevue with the one-way system, as you know. And again, I've had the traffic section look at it again, and all I get is it's an enforcement issue. The signage is all fine, and that's all I'm getting. But a suggestion did come from one of the members of the traffic section that perhaps if we did something with the island, the entrance there. But there is no money in the budget for it. But it is something I could use this environmental budget for. But I really want feedback as to whether anybody thinks it's a good idea, because the quote that I have for doing this work would be between £5,000 and £10,000. But obviously my budget won't cover it. I would need to match funding from somewhere. So you.
For me.
But basically.
Explain what?
And I'm not convinced it's a good idea yet.
No, no. Councillor Wright's asking you to explain what you were meaning by
What
altering
your
the...
proposal would be?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not an engineer and I'm not sure I fully understand it, but to extend the island so that it would come out further, and therefore deterring people, would be a sort of more physical barrier, and hopefully to deter people from turning down. But I'm not. I don't know how successful it would be.
Bellevue Street.
Sorry, do you mean at the
I
Chapel
don't think
Corner?
you mean Bellevue Street.
No, at
Chapel Corner?
Bellevue Crescent. Bellevue Crescent.
Bellevue Crescent.
Because I keep getting reports that people are turning down there, going down the wrong way. It's that one-way system. May I have to say what it is? Well, that's what I'm told. I've been told by a number of people that it's happening, including residents on Bellevue Crescent. And they're telling me it's happening...
As a vicar room, yeah?
Yes, I've got to say.
Hello, Mrs. Goldie.
I'm just going to make it clear, sorry to interrupt you, to make it clear because I don't think it's quite... Bellevue Crescent, when you go down the main street, past the bus station, and then you're not allowed to turn right there, are you? There's already a little island there. I think it's when Council Square for the entrance, it's not the exit onto that main street. And there's already a little island there, isn't
but
there?
people are turning down into
Yes,
it.
they are. Yes, they are.
I thought you meant coming up West Avenue to turn right, where we've always tried to get a bit of a...
Well, that is another issue which I keep battling with. But,
Near First Catch.
I've never seen anybody go down the road.
I'm getting a lot of reports about it. Now, I'm just floating it was a suggestion put, and I'm just floating it while I've got this little bit of money, which isn't enough on its own to do it. I have to stress that. And I need to be convinced it's a good idea.
I personally don't be spending that amount of money on. I really don't, because it's the no entry sign that's the problem, not the island.
Well, all I'm getting is it's an enforcement issue, and I've spoken to them and I'm blue in the face, and that's all I'm getting.
I don't know how you can enforce it, because by the time they've come down Station Avenue and turned into the Bellevue Crescent at the First Catch, they're already in the street, and then people shout at them and go, you're in a one-way system, and they turn around and go out. But obviously they can't see the no entry sign. I just think it's badly placed. And that's never going to cost that.
I've again, I mean, this is the third time that I've had the traffic section, and I'm sure some before me did the same thing. And they just keep telling me that the signage and everything is absolutely fine, it's an enforcement issue.
So who's going to enforce that when they're about 2.5 minutes going in there, turning around, going out again? Who's going to enforce it? Nobody.
There's a lot of them out turning around and going back out, Councillor Wright.
Really?
Yes, the vicar actually counted one day, 20 cars go up there the wrong way.
What?
So, and that's why, and this is why I knew he'd actually emailed into the county council.
It's a pity he's got nothing better to do.
Well, I mean, he was the only one who told me of this.
Yeah, before we go any further, I've got Councillor Wilkie down.
I've just got one quick point about spending money on improving junctions to make it safer. I would prefer it to be done at Chapel Corner and nowhere else.
Yeah.
Because somebody will get killed at Chapel Corner. Before
No, but I just want feedback as to...
Well, I don't think that will be money well spent. Personally, but others might have a different.
Right, thank you for that, Councillor Wilkie. Councillor Meek was next on the list.
One, the edge, which we referred to.
Yeah.
It's said they'd come to some agreement. What agreement have they came to, or come to?
Part of it's to be removed completely.
Yeah, I heard that, but-
and part of it's to be cut back. The
When
remaining part.
when are they going to start doing it?
Oh, they didn't give me a timescale, but
This is already, I've known about this agreement since last 6 weeks, and that edge is still growing. I have even taken photos of it tonight. So,
Well, there was,
appreciate it if we could get some actual dates.
well, I'll go back
6
and
weeks
find
outstanding
them.
already.
But that's my understanding, that is what is going to happen. Now, I don't know when, but that is what is going to happen.
Secondly, the trees which you referred to on Wharfdale. Scarborough Council, as far as I know, have finished this work. They haven't been there all week. And I wouldn't pay them out with middles out of washers. I've taken a photo tonight of #1 lamppost, Wharfdale. I'll show you the photo. If you can see the head of that lamppost, you're a better man than me. You cannot see it for branches, and the light it's given off is nil. Number 3,
go on, transformation.
when they've done the trees, they've cut some trees down on Wharfdale. When are they going to remove the stumps? They are a trip hazard. One resident actually cut a tree down and got a summons off the police via a company from North Yorkshire, was charged £140 for taking the stump up. But when North Yorkshire cut trees down, they leave the stump. What is the difference? If it's a trip hazard, when it gets reported to a resident, why aren't they taking their stumps up? If you ever get time, we've done the footpaths on Silverwood. Well, Irish navvies could have done better. That is the ringways. It is appalling.
Councillor Lee, this is being recorded.
I withdraw my comments and apologise, but they could. And when they've done, they put some new edging stones in.
This is still on Silverwood.
Yeah. And they put the new edging stones in. The digger came along, did a small trench, they've done the edging stones and just ripped the verges. They are another hazard. That is a big health and safety hazard. And one of the edging stones is just unbelievable. You can stare at most of them in a straight line. Because 2 of them started, one end at other end, they've overlapped them and it's stuck out. It's just appalling. I wouldn't pay them out of the washers.
Well, could North Yorkshire Council actually go down and look at them?
It would be advisable.
Yeah. It's easiest way. Is that it, Councillor Mead?
Yeah.
Right, thank you. Councillor Thurston's next on the list.
Yeah, it's just back to Bellevue Crescent. I agree that the signage is all there. There's 3 no entry signs. There's no entry painted on the road. There's dotted lines across. It's just ignorance of people turning in there. I don't know how we can educate them, but
Right, thank you for that, Councillor Thurston. Councillor Banks?
Yeah, thank you. Mine's also to do with Bellevue Crescent. I actually did see, it was quite ironic, because there's a police car turning in the correct direction and then there was a car that came and went down the wrong way, which they couldn't do anything about. But on saying that, West Avenue is worse, because if the car goes wrong one way down West Avenue, the bottom end of, and it comes out onto Chapel Corner, that causes an awful lot more problems. So I agree with Councillor Wilkie in the aspect that if we're going to spend money, we should be doing it at Chapel Corner to try and do something with signage or separating the roads there. Yeah, a physical barrier. And completely, can I ask you something else now? We're still talking about this.
Keep going,
I know I have spoken to you briefly about this, but I just need to bring it to the attention so the whole council can hear it. That I've been asked by quite a few members of traders on John Street regarding, yet again, people putting out an awful lot of their wares onto the pavement. So I've been asked if there is if John Street could have a clear mandate of public pavement for traders to display their products on. I know there is sort of like a wafty thing about maybe 4 flags clear or so many, but can it be put in so we have a strong visual line of where they can use and what they can use, if they can be fined if they go over it? Most of them are happy, it's just a few seem to go further out than they should go out, and it causes problems with people with wheelchairs, prams, whatever. I've just been asked to bring this to your attention, so I would just like to be able to say that. And the other thing they also asked me to bring forward is, it was discussed at one occasion about possibly having it made into a pedestrian road, which I think came to the council and it was decided it wasn't possibly a viable idea. So about having it in a single line of traffic going on and making the pavement bigger, but on having a discussion, obviously then they can bring the wares further out anyway, so I can't quite see that. But the main thing is, it appears to be how much of their wares can they put out onto the pavement to keep it safe for people. And I do notice it's come to the council before, but I think we need to get clarity on it, or try and get it so that everybody's doing the same thing on that street.
Right, thank you very much
Thank
for that,
you.
Councillor Holden. Councillor Anthony.
Yeah, I was reminded by a member of the public that we'd done a walkabout with Andrew Stanton quite some months ago down Mitford Street. And when you go past the Star, we're still getting a lot of wagons turning right there. I think Andrew agreed that they were going to look at moving the no entry sign forward, but nothing's been sort of mentioned since. If you could follow
To
that.
move the no entry sign forward.
Forward, yes. People are actually getting the wagons in before they...
Yeah, before they...
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Councillor Shackleton.
Oh, thank you, Chair. Yeah, I just totally agree with Councillor Wilkie and Councillor Round. I think, you know, the chapel corner is by far the greatest problem. You don't have to stand there many minutes to witness people, you know, cutting across the other carriageway. I feel that, you know, that if this council is asked to match, or put in any match funding for anything to do with the roads, I'd much rather see it go and be spent on the chapel corner. Can I just finish, Chair? Yeah. You know, the greatest success we had with Chapel Corner was when Councillor Cross put some coats on.
Yeah.
We saw the biggest change then.
Yeah, and they're talking away now, Yorkshire.
And we did ask for some with a sign on.
Yeah.
You know, keep in lane or 2 hours to keep them in lane. Why can't we just try that? Why can't North Yorkshire get some bollards with directional arrows on, not just one, but half a dozen, all with arrows on, just explaining people to stop in them. Failing that, why can't we put a barrier down the middle? And that would also say, you know, you don't
Through you, Chair.
Just a minute,
Sorry.
Councillor Anthony. I've got half a dozen down here.
that's it.
Right, it's... the next on the list is Councillor Hackstreet, and then followed by Councillor Wright, and then Councillor Anthony.
Just a couple of points. What you do with your money is yours, Helen, but to me, an environmental grant should be spent on the environment and not sorting traffic problems out. You know, it's for the whole of the community and for the environmental side of it, which to me is trees and making the town a nice, pleasant place to
Yeah, but I
live.
need somebody to come forward with the
And not just
project.
traffic problems, they're inherent, they've been built into the system. Much to our chagrin. So that's my view on that one. Secondly, you may recall that the June meeting I mentioned the proliferation of blue dolphin signs all along the road between Filey and virtually Gristol and Livingston. Just after that meeting I saw a white van parked actually on a roundabout, the Gristol roundabout, planting grey poles which look identical to the official county poles. And there are 3 on the Bristol roundabout and 3 on the Muston roundabout, all with blue dolphin signs on. They look identical to a traffic sign because they're blue. And to my mind, they're causing confusion as well as being illegal. Not only that, but the Leatherston roundabout is full of Flower of May signs, and every traffic sign between here and Leatherston has got a blue dolphin sign stuck on it. Now this is an annual problem that comes up year on year on year. There are hedges full of big massive signs saying blue dolphin this way to blue dolphin. They should know better. It just needs somebody from county to enforce it. They're putting them up on your assets, so surely county has a say of what can go on their assets and what can't. But for a guy to be digging official looking poles into 3 roundabouts and sticking signs on them, to my mind, is just taking the mickey out of it, just one step too far. And it looks awful. And finally, if we're looking at parking, Church Ravine needs looking at. Twice the other day, 2 lorries were backing down Church Ravine Hill because they couldn't get up because cars are parked on both sides. And what happens is they come into Filey and unload at the supermarket, and they can't get back through town, so they go down Cargate Hill, turn left and come back up Church Ravine. And of course a big wagon can't get through there. So they're having to back down a one-way street, which is Church Ravine, to go back up the Scarborough Road end of it. And to me that's dangerous, very dangerous.
I just think the whole situation regarding parking needs...
One was an hour and a half, I can believe it.
But we'll keep pushing that one and see what we're
Okay.
doing with it.
Thank you, Councillor Haxby. Councillor Wright.
Right, I was going to say something really controversial, which is not good for me. That we should never have had the one-way system in the first place. It was the worst thing that ever happened to Filey Town Centre, was that one-way system of West Avenue, Bellevue. It took all that out, so all the problems in one